All right. What you got for us, my boy?
Yeah. Welcome to a place where great minds think alike. Please give it up for Alex and the hype. Watch and review what you want, what you like. Might not like some, that some of y'all might. Still come chill, cause the vibe's too nice. Too dash such spice, had to mix it with the hype. Hey, we be in the hype. Welcome to the hype. Hey, we be in the hype. Hey, Alex in the hype.
Okay, that good.
Welcome back to ALX and the Hype. It's your boy ALX, and we are back with another one, okay? Today, we will be reviewing Barbarian, okay? This movie, man, I will say, is the best horror of the year, in my opinion. Horror is just it's so hard to get right, especially these days. We've seen it all. We've seen the CGI, we've seen the prosthetics, we've seen the man around the corner, we've seen the doll. It's hard. But this movie, man, this movie is a roller coaster. And I mean that from start to finish. You're gonna be on the edge of your seat, wondering what's gonna happen next. It's one of those films, man. And for the sake of a story I have to tell later, this is gonna be a spoiler review, okay? I'm not gonna go into every single detail of the movie, but yeah, I'm gonna pretty much spoil you know what it is, okay? So the movie stars Georgina Campbell as Tess, Bill Skarsgård as Keith, and Justin Long as AJ, okay? It's directed by, I think, first-time director Zach Kreger. He's an actor as well. I believe he's in this film. I believe he is. Not sure. I forgot. This movie starts off on a rainy night. The camera work is impeccable when they do the pans of the darkness. That's one thing I really loved about this film. Was the lighting, the use of lighting. To the slight uses to the in your face, okay, this person is using lighting in this scene for something. I loved all the aspects of lighting in this film. It definitely boosted the experience. I was creeped out from the first 2 minutes and it didn't let up. So she goes to a perceived Airbnb where she is met by Bill Skarsgård's Keith, and he is this awkward dude. He's one of those cool awkward guys that like you got to keep your eye on, because like, you know, maybe that kindness could be like serial killer, you know what I'm saying? Like he's one of those guys, but we find out later on that was just a tool to get us to the next round, okay? So this guy, he's charming yet awkward. He's telling her, yo, oh, this is double booked. Like, turns out that the Airbnb has been double booked, okay? And it presents a problem. It's rainy. She has an interview in the morning, and he's just a nice guy. Like, no, you can stay here. I'll crash on the couch. Blah blah. Offers her a bottle of wine, and the crazy scene. Actually, I love that scene. It's about a minute and a half long of Skarsgård just rambling, like and now in hindsight it's flirting, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's a great tool because the director is showing us, you know, a situation that we are wary about, that we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know the character's intention, and our own preconceived notions are what fuels the film a little bit to a point. And I thought that was fantastic. Us not knowing about Bill Skarsgård, the first night that she's actually in the room and the door opens, and he's you know having like an episode on the couch, and you just like, what is going on? Let's get into like the thing, okay? So Tess being the smartest person in the world, leaves her keys upstairs and her phone and stuff in this house, and that she's already been creeped out in. And she goes downstairs to a basement where she finds, you know, walls that are hidden and stuff, and she proceeds on, finds a hallway with a room in it with a bucket and look like a pissy bloody mattress and a camera. And you know, it all madness just ensues from there. We get to a point where Keith is down there and she is down there, and a what I can only call a center for a WNBA team in Salem. That's it. That's what it is. That if and that's not even the Barbarian of the film, you know, possibly quite barbaric, the acts that happens, but it's revealed that that is what it is. I won't tell you what happens, but that's what's down there. That's the thing. Okay. It is a very tall, very inbred, like woman, very strong, very naked, very loving, very loving. She's very loving, wasn't she? But then you find out this movie pretty much has like 4 acts. I think it has like 2 first acts, a middle act, and then the ending. You know, the second act would be Justin Long's character. He would be the main swerve of the film, where you think this film is going to go one way, then it's like no, but then it's like no, we're doing this. Yeah, it happens like that. This character is a piece of shit. You know, he's walking on sunshine, driving on sunshine, and he gets a call. Hey man, don't you know that girl that you might have possibly yeah. So that happens. And we just see a slimy character trying to weasel his way out. It felt so real. It felt like a real weasel. You know, like weasels aren't really people that's like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. No, they're not just out in the open like that. Some are, but a lot of them are people, just like he says in the movie, good people that just happen to do bad things. That is almost like one of the main themes of this movie. It is insane. It is crazy. And it turns out that the lady's father, or maybe even grandfather, man, oh shit, trapped her down there, or, you know, because she was born down there, he's been, you know, bringing women down and having his way and making babies and bred babies, because he'll sleep with them too. It's pretty crazy. It's disturbing. It's messed up. But it just notches the movie up. And Justin Long's character, he just goes so right along with the father, with Frank. It's like a duality going on there. But both pieces of shit. I'm not going to give away the ending to this movie. You should go see this movie, okay? Even though you know what I told you about what it is, you should go check out this movie. It is insane. There are scenes that I will not forget, like fucking scene with Justin Long and Tess's character down in you know, in one of the holding cells of the basement, trapped. And the big, you know, chick, she's like, she has this motherly instinct, so she puts down a baba into the cage. What you doing? Listen, man. Listen, Justin Long. If it was me, mom, milk. I would have drunk all the milk, okay? I'm not gonna die here. Yeah, he was just turned off, and look, man, I'd have been turned off too, man. The whole situation was pretty fucked. But man, like some points you gotta play along, man. You have to play the fuck along, especially with the situation you in. I would have turned my shirt. Into a pepper. Mommy. I'm getting out of here. I'm going home. I'm going to my family. Survival is the number one thing that's important. You know, so there are different character traits that that elevate this horror film. I think the traits of Tess being so like caring, but first she's like not trusting, but then as she figures things out, she's like doing like she's doing a lot of dumb shit in my head, but it could be perceived as she's being a good person trying to look out. And I appreciate that about her character. AJ being a piece of shit and measuring the square footage of the basement of the by the pot and the bed with whatever is on it. You know, it was hilarious. This movie was funny too. I had a great time. This is the great directorial debut for Zach Kreger. It was amazing. And at the point of the movie where like we knew what the twist was, my girlfriend she like reaches over and she said, "This is just like that case with the guy and his daughter," which brings me to what I think the inspiration for this movie was. Before I end this video, let me tell you the story. Let me tell you the story of Joseph Fritzl. Okay, this guy was a true demon, true piece of shit on this planet Earth. Yeah, he trapped his daughter in a basement for 24 years and made children with her, and did other various depraved acts to her. And that in connotation with the movie had my head spinning, and I had a thought. Okay, when movies like this come out, there are campaigns that say, don't spoil the movie. Okay, do not spoil the film. And for the average viewer out there, I would say, yes, do not have this movie spoiled. Don't have it spoiled for you. You shouldn't even be watching this shit. But if you're here, I implore you, okay? Because the kids of the depraved man Joseph Fritzl are out now living a much better life somewhere else, okay? They are doing good, okay? If you watch this review and you know them, I implore you to please spoil this movie for them. I do not want them to accidentally see this movie, because fuck, that is horrible, okay? Yeah, it was a great movie. The camera work, the cinematography, the acting, everything was A1. At first I was at like an 8.5 with it. I was there. I'm here. I'm going to give this movie an 8.7. A horror gem, best horror movie of the year. I mean, damn. This movie was wild, okay? This has been ALX and the Hype, and we will be back.